First things first, when we're talking about the ring dip, we want to make sure that your grip is good. You want to stay on top of the rings with your knuckles facing the floor as much as possible. That way, you don't have a break in the wrist. If you have a break in the wrist, you're probably going to have a break in the elbow, and you won't be able to lock out the dip as much as you need to. Before we develop the actual ring dip, we want to make sure that you're stable both in the top and in the bottom. So you want to develop strength in the ring support. Make sure you have your knuckles down underneath the rings, press yourself up, and then push into the rings, establishing that hollow position. You want to make sure that you're squeezing the rings in by your side and really, really locking out and pushing those shoulders down into the rings. You don't want them up by your ears. So press and squeeze. Start practicing holding that position before you even start doing any dips. The next position you want to start getting comfortable in is the dip support, right? So if you're using the ring dips to then build strength into muscle ups, you want to make sure that you have a good, comfortable bottom of the dip position. So make sure the grip is right. Come all the way down to the bottom of your dip and then lift your feet up off the floor. This will also help you start realizing how tight your elbows need to be in by your side when you're doing these dips. So again, down to the bottom, shoulders touching the rings, hands and elbows pulled in by your side, and then lift your feet up off the floor. The next thing we can start adding in is a dip negative. So we start in that ring support and we slowly lower ourselves down to the dip support. Then we can reset. Start at the top. Start to build that strength before you start going and doing regular ring dips. After you've established those positions, then we can start using the band to give you a little bit more assistance so that you can maintain control while getting more reps. You still want to work on all those other things though, so don't just jump straight to the band without working on positioning and control. When you use the band, make sure you put both knees in. That way you can keep your body in a nice tight position, and then use the band to help you get through the full range of motion with control. This is good for building muscular strength and for doing higher reps when you just don't have the control or the strength yet. Last but not least, we put it all together. Ring support at the top with a full lockout, elbows tight, rings pulled into your side, shoulders touch the rings at the bottom of each rep, and we're trying to maintain a nice tight hollow position.